Hello and welcome to another episode of True Dungeon Talk with Trent. My name is Trent of TrentTokens.com. I'm a big fan of the game called True Dungeon and a very avid collector of tokens. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about these guys. Yeah! This is the golden ticket. Golden tickets, I guess you could say, from 2022. There we go. So here we have the golden ticket bag from Gen Con this year, and this is the golden ticket bag from Gamehole Con. This year was very different than previous years. The ticket sales were, went so well in 2022 that True Dungeon added another golden ticket run at Gamehole Con. Typically, there are, at least in recent times, there are 60 golden tickets mixed within all of the different 10 packs that are out there. And it's, if you've never heard of the golden ticket, it's just like Willy Wonka, except there's no chocolate and child endangerment. In a normal 10 pack, you've got a rare and then 2 uncommon tokens and then 7 common tokens. And a golden ticket is dispersed randomly throughout all of the 10 packs that people buy. And if you get one, it's the Willy Wonka moment. You have a golden ticket, and what that gets you is a special invite to the golden ticket run. And usually at Gen Con, it's the day before Gen Con even opens. It's Wednesday night, and it is a preview for you. You get to see whatever the new run is before everyone else, and it also helps out the True Dungeon volunteers because sometimes the paint is still drying on whatever it is they're working on, and the NPCs and the behind the scenes people and all the volunteers, they basically get a dry run. So it's good for both the people who go on the run, they get to enjoy it, and then the people who are doing the work get to see if there's any kinks that they need to work out before the next day, the Thursday, the first day of Gen Con. But again, this year, 2022, ticket sales went so well that they added another event at Gamehole Con, and it's not possible to do like the night before at Gamehole Con, so they did it, the run was Thursday morning of Gamehole Con, so we got to still see it earlier than everyone else. And besides the whole run, everything about the run is the same, except at the end, oftentimes there's what we call like an extra room, and it's not necessarily a room where you go through and do some type of puzzle or monster, but anything's possible. But typically that extra room is some type of event or experience, often with Jeff, usually always with Jeff, I guess, and you get to somehow either do something that allows you to acquire something of a certain level. For instance, one year there was these little plastic bow and arrows, and if you hit the particular token, that's the one you got, and there were legendaries up there. There's actually kind of an infamous story. One person actually hit a legendary and also hit another legendary, so they ended up with 2 legendary tokens. And then one year there was a blow dart that you had to hit Jeff, who was in one of those funny suits, and if you hit him, you got like a better token, and if you missed him, you got a lower level token. And then of course there's the loot bag, which I'm going to open and show you today. So let's get right to it, because that's what we want to see, right? All right, so again, here is the golden ticket loot bag for Gen Con on the left here, the purple. And this is the first time I've seen this color. This is a brown golden ticket bag, and this is for the Gamehole Con. I'll explain what this egg is and what this envelope is as well, but let's go ahead and maybe move these out of the way, and then let's get right to what we're looking at here. Let me just move that a little more. Okay, now first of all, at the end of the run, of course, you get a survivor pin. So here is the survivor pin for Ebony Bay. This is the run where I acquired this loot bag, and you also get the completion tokens for that run, which were these 2 tokens. Okay, so we'll put that here. We'll save this to the end. Okay, stay there, don't go anywhere. So here's the loot bag. Now, loot bags in the recent past have been pretty much the same. You can kind of expect pretty much the same, but this year they were definitely different. Okay, so here is that. Now, let me go through and explain. I know, quack, quack. We'll explain what that is in a second. Just going to flip all these over so we can see them. So here are the loot bag contents. If you've never seen this, hopefully this is cool and interesting. Even if you have seen it, it's still cool and interesting to me. Okay, so now let's maybe talk about let's see, let's go and grab all of the completion tokens. So in the Gen Con loot bags, in the recent past, there have been every single completion token of that year. But this is different. This is not all of them. There's just too many to put them all in here. And I'm spotting the completion tokens here from afar. Let's see, another one. Another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. So it looks like this is all of the completion tokens. And then we have the enhanced tokens. And then we have, these are the what are called the categories dungeon only. And then these are the monster bits. Monster trophy is the technical name. And then here we have, these are the volunteer tokens, and obviously a relic. Okay, so here we go. This is a stack of completion tokens from this year. It's definitely not all the completion tokens. There's just a ton of completion tokens this year. But if you were, whoops, that's not good. That goes there. If you missed some of the runs or didn't acquire the completion tokens from someone else who did do the runs and had extra, this is a good chance to maybe fill in the completion tokens that you were missing. So we have Triton Ring, Charm of the Sea Orc, Triton Hat, Pants of the Pirate, Boots of the Scoundrel, Ion Stone Sea Snake Spear, another Triton Ring, so that's a duplicate. So normally that doesn't happen, so there's probably a little mishap there. Silver Elf Cap, Silver Elf Shoes, Ring of Righteousness, Charm of the Sea Lion, Charm of the Sea Snake. Did we have one of those already? No, I think that was the spear one. And then Bead of the Sea Orc. Again, typically there's the rare and the uncommon token, of each of the runs, but there's just, again, too many this year for that to happen. That's my guess. I mean, no one told me that officially or unofficially. It's just my guess. And then what is also normally in the golden ticket loot bag is a set of that year's monster trophies. So here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, so this is all of them. Shard of Annihilation, Attar Horn, Dryad Hair, Siren Tears. Oh, it's so sad. Cyborg Spittle. That's maybe a little gross. Idle Eye, Alien Protoplasm, and Titharky, maybe, Blood. So those are all the monster bits. So if you hadn't collected all the monster bits, the golden ticket bag is a good chance to get them. Also, pretty standard each year is the light blues, the enhanced tokens. So this is this year's, and so that's kind of nice. If you hadn't transmuted those yet, here's a chance to get them. So that's from the golden ticket bag, and that's always there. Also, this always, by the way, it's not guaranteed, and nothing is guaranteed. Whatever happens, happens, and I think people are happy to, enjoy it. So I don't necessarily always expect it, but this is what is generally there. So these are the dungeon-only tokens. Ward Amulet, very basic greaves, which is hilarious. These are hilariously named. I think it's really funny. So those are the dungeon only. And what that means, dungeon only, by the way, means that the only way to acquire them is through the treasure boxes. I think in 2005 or 6, probably. What year was that? I think it was probably 2005. I looked over there. I've got a board with wooden tokens in it. I think it might have been 2005. Somebody can correct me in chat if I was wrong or I am wrong. They had tokens actually scattered throughout the dungeon, so people, in the room could find them. But I suspect that after a while they probably stopped that because people were probably just running around trying to grab those tokens and not paying attention to the room. So another super awesome thing, especially for someone like me who likes to collect tokens, but I'm unable to volunteer. I don't have the time to actually do traditional volunteering. So I usually have to buy volunteer tokens from volunteers who do the volunteering, and that's what these tokens are. So if you don't have a chance to volunteer and you do want to collect the volunteer tokens, the golden ticket bag is a great way to get them, and that's what these are. So these are some of the this isn't all of them, if I'm not mistaken, but this is a great way to get these. So we have Ring of the Hero. The rare tokens, by the way, are normally part-time volunteer tokens, and then the ultra rares are usually full-time. Ring of the Hero, Charm of Heroic Choice. These are really great. I mean, Ring of the Hero +1 to Strength and +1 Dex. Charm of Heroic Choice +1 Strength, +1 Dex. Choose at start. And hence the word choice. Ion Stone of Champion's Choice. This is Champion's Choice. This is +2, a +2 Strength or Dex. Choose at the start. And Ring of the Champion +2 Strength and +2 Dex. So these rings are really powerful. So those are the very cool volunteer tokens that you'll find in a loot bag. And this is random. So usually there's a relic in there, but which one, because there are 3 this year, is random. So in this bag I got the Greater Ring of Havoc, so that's pretty cool, very cool actually. And then there's usually a random ultra rare, so that's what this one would be. So I got a Beat of Focus, a random ultra rare of that year, so that's awesome. So that's an token that I could use for trading, etc., if I already have it, which I already do. And then these two, at different times throughout the year, these two were acquirable in some way, either by transmuting or some type of event or something. And so this is, if you miss those events or miss those transmute opportunities, these ultra rares are included in the bag. Very fun Ghost Accelerator and the Ion Stone. Mystic Orb, you'll notice though that this is actually a 2021 token, and this is a 2022 token, so this one is obviously the newer one. Now, so those are all the tokens. What have we here? Here are 2 die from yep, there it is. So this one says True Dungeon. Let's see if the camera can catch it. Yep, I think so, right? True Dungeon. So it's a 6-sider. And then this one, let's see if the camera can catch it. pretty close. Hopefully you can see that. It says Golden Ticket 2022. These two dice, let's see how we roll here. A 4 and a 9. Hey, not too shabby. These are provided. This is not through True Dungeon. This is Brad, Aussie Brad from Australia. He does this every year. So how cool is that? I mean, he gives these to Jeff and he throws them into the bag, and it's amazing. So thank you, Brad. It's a nice little collectible that we can do each year. So Aussie Brad is awesome. Now, this is definitely new. These are ducks. This is an actual a collectible token on TokenDB. So you can see it on tokendb.com, or you can, you can also go to truedungeontokens.com, and you can see this as a collectible token. This token, this was acquired at Gen Con. You take it and you put it in your weapon slider, and you can slide it, and it does a certain amount of damage. I think it's 50 damage if you hit. And this was usable only at Gen Con and also at Gamehole Con. So whoever got this at Gen Con could use it there. I think it's only one per run, though. Once per run, once per adventure. And then you could use it once at Gen Con and then once at Gamehole Con. Or, each run, however many runs you do. And there you go. So that was, what a treat. Very special. Can't recall any other type of physical thing like this in ever to run. Maybe it was there way before my time, but I don't know about it. So that is kind of amazing. Little duck. And then here we go with the final room. So after the run is complete, some type of something happens. And at Gen Con, these were glowing, and you randomly picked one, and then whatever was inside, you got to keep. So let's see what we have here. So here's that little glow stick. And I won my prize, my extra thing is the Ironstone Platinum Nugget. Not too shabby. Plus 2 treasure trips. So that is a 2021 token, as you can see. But still an amazing thing to acquire as extra loot. So that is the Gen Con bag. And now let's go to the Gamehole Con. So at this event, I did the Darkhold Keep earlier than other people. Got the completion tokens for that. And then that's the special thing. So let's see what's in the bag. Okay, here we go. Ooh, something blue. And this is the Gamehole Con duck. A more traditional duck. And this was usable at Gamehole Con, and that's it. So whenever you acquired it, so each run you could slide it once, same as the other duck. So just now I have 2 in my Quack collection, kind of a Minecraft duck and then an owl duck maybe. So that's really cool. All right, so let's see what's in here. Okay, this is. All right, so let's flip all these over. This is the Gamehole Con bag loot. Contents of the loot bag. Okay, so let's do a little categorization here as we did before. Let's get all the completion tokens. So once again, a bunch of completion tokens. Let's see, where are they? Okay. All right, this seems to be all of them. Let's get the monster bits. Monster bit. Another completion. Okay, now this is the dungeon only. And see, volunteer. Okay, so let's walk through here. So the completion tokens, are Ironstone Sea Snake Sphere, Pants of the Pirate, Triton Ring, Triton Hat, Sea Elf Shoes, Sea Elf Cap, Charm of the Sea Lion, Charm of the Sea Orc, Charm of the Sea Snake, Triton Ring, Ring of Righteousness, Beat of the Sea Orc, and Boots of the Scoundrel. So just like before, if you had missed those, great chance to get them. And then we have, these are the same monster bits as before. So that's a great way to get them again. Dungeon only, the hilarious basic Greaves and very basic Greaves, and the ill word amulet, meaning only get those from the treasure box. 3 relics as before, so that's the same. And then the amazing volunteer tokens, Ring of the Champion, Charm of Heroic Choice, Ironstone Champion's Choice, and Ring of the Hero. I think that is the same as before. Let's check. I'm going to kind of line up. Yep. So this is Gamehole Con. I'm sorry, Gen Con and Gamehole Con. So those are the same. And then the transmutable ultra rares from like a patron event or some other way to acquire them. That's that. My random ultra rare token for the Gamehole Con bag is +2 Mug of Battle. A really cool design and a great fun weapon to use. And then finally, my random relic is another Greater Ring of Havoc. So now I have 2 of these that are extra. But it's a great relic to have. And if you end up with 2, you can trade. Usually people will do 1-for-1s. So if I wanted the other one. Now at Gamehole Con, it was really a really super busy time for True Dungeon, and the extra room didn't happen. So they mailed the random extra token in the mail, as one does with mail. And what I got was the Ironstone Elfstone Shard. So other people got some other random token. And as you can see, for the extra loot for Gen Con, I got an ultra rare, but for Gamehole Con, I got a relic. And these sometimes can be legendaries as well. I sometimes feel like there's usually at least one legendary that floats out there, which is again, don't quote me on that, but people end up with legendaries at the loot bags, which is kind of amazing. So these 2 were pretty similar to previous years, with the exception of the ducks and not all of the completion tokens, because again there's just a bazillion completion tokens this year. And the other thing that was different this year is there was no gold. Usually there are gold, like a 5,000 GP bar in each bag, and then maybe like 1 or 2 will have a 25k bar. I've never won one of those, so that's another thing that was different in these. But again, nothing is guaranteed. Everything that you see here could be completely different in every year going forward. The ducks, I think, were a supreme treat. Maybe that kind of replaced the GP, but again, I don't know. And it's still amazing fun. Usually you'll have somebody who's brand new who just got like 1 10-pack, or someone who bought a small order, and this will be their first golden ticket run. And as you can imagine, there's of course people who buy a lot of tokens. The more you buy, obviously the higher chance you get to get a golden ticket. Those people might be really well outfitted, so if someone is new, either we'll just lower our stats and run at normal, or if that person wants to borrow stuff, the other people, the veterans, of course, will lend whatever they may need. So I highly recommend a golden ticket run if you've never gone on one. Just keep buying True Dungeon tokens. You can go to truedungeon.com and buy packs. You could get them in a 10-pack, or the more you buy, the better chances you get. So hopefully you enjoyed this golden ticket bag opening. A pretty incredible thing that it was at Gen Con and Gamehole Con. So this is 2022. Now for 2023, instead of 60 tickets, which was how many were printed in 2022, they printed 100. So I think they're anticipating good sales this year as well. And when you get a golden ticket for 2023, instead of with the 2022 tokens, and I don't think I mentioned this, the Gamehole Con golden ticket was different than the Gen Con game golden ticket. The Gen Con golden ticket was just your normal gold back golden ticket token, but the Gamehole Con ticket was a platinum bag. So different golden tickets went to different events. But in 2023, if you acquire a golden ticket, you get to choose which one you want to go to. So I don't know how many runs are going to be at each one, but you get to pick which one you would like to go to. So if you get one golden ticket, you need to choose between Gen Con or Gamehole Con, and that's the one that you'll go in. Obviously, if you get two, you could do one at each, which would be awesome. And of course, I'm hoping to do that. There's plenty of time, and I'll buy plenty more tokens, and hopefully we'll see what happens. So there you have it. That is the golden ticket unboxing, unbagging. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, remember, one of my favorite things to say is it's really hard to frown when you're smiling, so please smile.